Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. My voice is not an indicator of how I'm feeling right now. I actually lost my voice from singing and then passionately and intentionally helping my athletes. It's not because I'm sick or anything, although I was feeling under the weather earlier. But let me just take a minute to load up on Facebook and just get some. My eyebrows look good today. They look good. Let me just take a minute to get this loaded up on Facebook, and then I'll get started. And today is just a quickie, um, very quick live. I just wanted to hop on here before the new year and just talk about something that has been just something that I've thought about recently a lot as I wind down the year with my clients also. And so let's see if I can get this going. I used to have like a little, oh, there it is. Little phone clip, you know. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season um, with your families and stuff if you celebrated that. We Christian over here, so Christmas it is. So let me go ahead and hop on live on Facebook. And then we're going to get started live on Facebook. I always forget. Oh, there we go. How to go live. You guys. Live video. There we go. Let's go. So my live video is going to be, and this video is entitled Live Intentionally and Live on Purpose. So I want to talk about this because this is something that I'm going to be working with my clients on this year. And this is also going to be my one of my new year like phrases or whatever. So let's see. Let's get on live. 3, 2, 1. We are live. So I'm going to be looking at YouTube over here because hi. You guys are the main people that I go live for. But welcome everybody. Welcome. Today, this is literally going to be maybe like 10 to 15 minutes. I want to talk about living intentionally and living on a purpose. And, in Christian circles, this is kind of like a Faith Friday, whatever. In Christian circles, there's a lot of talk about like doing the Lord's will. And, we're like, oh, God, Lord willing, and things like that. And sometimes that allows us to be passive in how we conduct ourselves in certain areas of life, right? We will just use that as a way to say, well, I need God to do this, and then I can do the thing. Where this shows up a lot is you guys know that I work with clients on weight loss and fat loss and getting emotionally and physically healthy. And this will say, like, we'll say things like, I'm waiting for the Lord to, or I just, I hope the Lord allows me to. And it's almost like this idea that we don't have any power within ourselves to do anything. And yes, like everything that we do is because God allows us to. But let's not use that as an excuse to not do anything, right? We are to live intentionally and on purpose. We are to actually deliberately make decisions in our lives that we are supposed to make. And where this comes up for my clients is there's this idea sometimes that being healthy, being fit is like easy for some reason, or like um that it doesn't require work. And I made a post about maybe 6 months ago, a year ago, that said, I still have to walk by donuts and say no. I still have to wake up at 5 o'clock sometimes and go to the gym. So this idea that I am just going to wake up one day and always be like, I love fitness, I love health, I love eating healthy food. It's actually a myth. And being healthy does require intentionality. it requires living on purpose. You have to intentionally set up your life and make decisions so that you can be healthy. And if we go about life pretending like that's not the case, we are going to constantly be backsliding into old habits and unhealthy habits. Because if we're hoping for the day that you're going to decide that fitness gets to be easy and you're just going to like one day magically you're going to feel great about working out and magically you're going to feel great about being disciplined, we're going to struggle. We're going to struggle because that's not how it works. Yes, fitness gets easier. Yes, health gets easier, but it's never less intentional. Like you still have to be intentional about your health once you reach your health goal. You still have to be intentional about your weight once you reach your weight goal. And that doesn't necessarily mean being restrictive. That means being mindful. And so we need to, as we're looking towards getting healthy, as we're looking towards losing weight, as we're looking towards being more fit, more emotionally, spiritually well, we have to do that on purpose. Like you have to be intentional. So, one way for me that I am intentional with my health and fitness is that I just simply do not bring foods into my home that are not foods that help me reach my goals. If I want to go out and grab some frozen yogurt, I then have to get into my car. I then have to drive to the frozen yogurt place, purchase it. Like it's a lot of barriers for me, right? That's one way that I'm intentional. The other way I'm intentional about my health and fitness is that I post on Instagram, right? I'm making sure I'm setting myself up for success. And we have to do that if this is going to become a lifelong journey, if this is going to be something that is forever, you have to be intentional about it. So again, this, like I said in my post, like I still got to walk. Manly's Donuts has the best buttermilk donuts. They're like this big, probably 1,500 calories. I love them. I love them. I still have to walk by Manly's Donuts when I walk my dog and be like, don't need a donut today. I have to be intentional, right? In terms of emotional health, right? How many of you guys are the people that pop off that are quick to, oh, I'm a clap back queen, right? That's not biblical, right? Because the Bible says, be slow to speak, slow to respond, right? And I used to be that person, right? I had to be intentional about being like, I actually don't need to be right about this. Let me close my mouth, right? That requires intentionality. And so when we're setting goals for the new year, when we're thinking about how to be healthy, how to be spiritually healthy, emotionally healthy, let's practice being very intentional and writing down specifically what we need to do in order to be intentional about our goals. Okay. Let's be specific. So for my clients and my Facebook group members have a phone call with me this week. They'll get to have a New Year phone call. So if you're not in my Facebook group, join my Facebook group if you want to have a New Year goal phone call. We're going to be talking about everything. So emotional, spiritual, relationships, everything, all of your goals. And one of the things that I'm going to have them do is write down what specifically they need to do in order to make this happen. Because a lot of times we write goals down and then we don't really have a solution for how to actually get to those goals. So that's one of the things we're going to do. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about all of the things that may come up that will be barriers and how we plan to overcome them. Because when it comes to health and fitness, especially, there are people in your life who are like, oh, girl, live a little, because deep down inside, they don't want you to be healthy because then that calls them to be healthy because we don't like mirrors and people are mirrors. And so what are you going to do when your friends are like, hey, what's wrong with you? You're not drinking every night anymore. What's wrong with you? You're not eating crazy like us anymore. What are you going to do? How are you going to manage the emotional burden of that? Right. So we're going to talk about that. And this is actually what you have to do in order to be healthy. The last thing I want to say about being intentional is that, and I've mentioned this before, when you are changing your life, the fervor in which you are changing your life has to match the number of years you have embedded in your old lifestyle. Let me say that again. The fervor in which, that means the amount of energy that you have to put into changing your life needs to match the number of years you spent with these poor habits. So if you're 34 years old and for 18 years you've coped with life with food, drugs, alcohol, whatever, You've coped with life by not working out. Now to change, understand that it's going to require that amount of energy to reverse this. Because a lot of us want to think that it's going to just step in. No, you are literally dying to your old self when you change your life. You are dying to your old self. So, and in order to do that, you have to actively push that person back down because she's very comfortable. He's very comfortable. He's like, hey, girl, we've been doing this for 18 years. I actually don't need you to change anything. I actually need you to just keep everything the same. I don't care that we're dying of diabetes. I don't care that your knees hurt. I don't care that you can't pick up your child. I really don't care. I care about being safe. And you are going to actively go against that. Okay. Because part of this health and fitness journey is spiritual. I'm going to keep it a buck because whatever food has been doing for you, it has become kind of like an idol. Okay. So you're going to have to get rid of this thing. You're going to have to get rid of this obsession, get rid of this addiction, get rid of this coping mechanism and replace it with something else. But you have to be intentional and you have to think about it on purpose. And yes, it's going to require energy. It's going to require time. But you don't just get to, you know, um pretend like it's going to be easy. It is easy in the decision, but the actual work, it does require work. We need to stop pretending like getting fit doesn't require work. All right, you guys, that is my message for you on New Year's Eve. If you are, thinking you want to make a spiritual change, emotional change, health change, wellness change, please know that you need to be intentional. You need to do it on purpose. And I am a life coach. I am a health and wellness coach. And if you are interested in receiving coaching from me, whether you just want one session or you want to buy a package of 5 coaching sessions with me, you can go ahead and send me a message on joannajoy.com and we can discuss how we can get you to the next level in the new year. That is literally what I do. I do that for my athletes. I do it for my clients. I do it for myself. We have to be intentional. We have to live on purpose. And that does require a plan. And that's what I do. And that's what I'm here for. Because I want you to stop backsliding every time you have a goal. I want you to finally be like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to do this. And yes, I'm going to have mistakes, but I'm going to keep pressing towards my goal. And that requires intentionality. That requires being living on purpose. So let's make 2023 the year that we live on purpose, that we do things intentionally. We think about what we're doing. We don't just make decisions randomly, but we think about what we're doing for our health, for our life, for our happiness, for our hope. And I hope you guys have a blessed and safe and happy, healthy new year. And I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.